Well, hello there. This is Kathy Crow here at the Crow Cottage in Springfield, Missouri. Thank you for joining me again today. So I am back. I was there just a few minutes ago doing the Simply Zinnia card. And then Jeff said, remember, change your shirt. Changed my shirt. And I'm back again for round two because I was gone, of course, with a surprise new grandchild that came very early. So we had to take a wonderful little trip to see her and our daughter's family and our daughter, of course, and all that. It was wonderful, delightful. We had a great time. Everyone's doing fine, but it just did sort of, I had to cancel a tree coming that was going to be planted in my front yard. I was so grateful that I managed to get to the nursery on the phone in time because it was going to be sent the next day or so, but they canceled it. So that was good because I didn't really want a tree sitting on the front yard. Jeff said, well, I can stay an extra couple of days and I guess I can plant your tree for you, but thankfully you didn't have to. So we are back and it is beautiful. I am going to put on my Tri-City Crow Garden page this clematis that I think I planted. Might have been one of the first things I planted here, so it's actually looking pretty nice this year. Oh, it's fabulous. When we came home and I saw all those buds, like Jeff had said, the buds and the blooms are fabulous. So I hope they're not gone by the time you get back, and they weren't. I'm so glad. Now this stamp set that I am using today, though, I did have in my newsletter that I was going to show you how to do some things. And then this came up and I wasn't able to. So thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and share and like and just comment on my page. I'll try to get it up here in a minute so I can see comments as they come in. But thank you so much for sharing my videos. I do really appreciate it. Thank you for commenting on it so that I see that they are, so that Facebook sees that things are happening. Because I take it and then I put it on YouTube. And a lot of people are choosing to watch the videos through YouTube, which is fabulous. That's why I do it. But it doesn't help me with Facebook's algorithms. So I do really appreciate it if you do that. Filled with fun. Oh boy. Now this, did I need a new wagon? I did. This is actually a really cool wagon. This is an online exclusive. So when you are looking for things for Stampin' Up, you know we are getting a new catalog in a couple of days. And you are all, just like we have been, eagerly anticipating all the new things in the new catalog. But you don't have to wait that long because Stampin' Up! Is putting out online exclusive things every couple of months. There were two. So I did the Simply Zinnia one. That's still available. I'm so happy because that was beautiful. And Filled with Fun is still available, and I'm so glad for that also because this one is really cool. I'll tell you why in a lot of ways, but today's card is this one. Now, I used a retired one for the sun in this, and I'll show you what that is, but I'm going to offer an alternative to you that also is probably a retiring stamp, but if you're quick and you get in there to the Last Chance Products category on the Stampin' Up! Webpage, you will be able to probably find it still. Now, so when you go to the Stampin' Up! Webpage, you can just type in the name of the item you're looking for and it will come up if it's available. If it's not available, it won't come up. But if it's available at all to purchase, it will come up. So you do not have to go to these 3 extra areas that you can go to. But if you're wanting a specific thing, like you wanted a clearance thing, then you have to find the clearance rack and click on that, and that'll show you just the clearance items. If you want to see the things that are retiring and going to be gone, you go to the Last Chance Items list. I'm going to give you a warning about that Last Chance Items list in a minute though, because there's something a little confusing about it, and so let's just wait for that, and I'll explain in a minute. When we get started, I'll explain that. So there's 3 places you can find these things. The Last Chance Items list gives you all the things in the old catalog. Now these are all the things in this catalog that are going to be retiring, or the bundle is retiring. So the bundle special price, but a lot of things are going. So you want to find those. In fact, I'm going to suggest instead of the sun, you could use for my 4th of July card, this Light the Sky stamp set. I love this one. It's so fun. And I bet this is in the retiring category. I don't know because I didn't even check, but I suspect that it is. Now, but when we, then there's the clearance rack, and then there's the different categories of stamps, dies, and etc. So it's confusing in a sense. There's like a lot of different places because there's always that online exclusive. Oh, and I even forgot kits. So there's an online exclusive tab you can click on that you will get to see Filled with Fun and Simply Zinnia and other things that they have for sale on the online exclusives page. Those are available until gone. You never know when they will go. So I bought this immediately because I loved it and I didn't want to miss out on it. So if it's an online exclusive thing, it can be gone like within days. It's happened, you know. So I got that. There also is the kits page. That also is a come and go kind of deal. It could be there a while, but it might not, depending on popularity. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I did this card too, but this one's pretty self-explanatory. The clouds are from a retiring cloud set. I forget what it's called. It's not Above the Clouds. What was that one? I'll find it perhaps. What I did though is this is this color is boy, I don't even know what this color is. I have it in the list. So when you look at my newsletter, click on the pictures and you will either get the tutorial, which will have the links. If you click on the word here, I have it at the top of every tutorial where it says, thank you for shopping with me. It's why I do tutorials for you. If you don't ever buy anything from me, it is very possible that the tutorials might just disappear and become a customer-only option. But for now, I'm still giving out some free ones just because I like you and I want you to be able to enjoy your products. And it's just fun for me to share too with you. And so I'm just saying that when you click on the picture, if you click on that word here, it will give you a list of all the products that are currently available at Stampin' Up. So you could see what this color is if you do that. So, and you can see what this die is, and you can see how it'll be there if it's available. Now, when I did the tutorial, I used a retired product, or if it just sells out and it's not available anymore, when you click on my picture, you will get a very, very small list because maybe some of the products aren't available anymore. And then Stampin' Up takes those off of that page. So, you know, I do my best to get you all the information you need. But this little wagon is super easy to make, so I think you can figure it out pretty easily. This 4th of July one, well, I did a little something different with it. So I thought it would be fun to share this with you. And then we were so excited to hear we had a new granddaughter, and we went to see the new granddaughter. And then that sort of made it a little bit harder for me to be able to show you the things that I did not have time to write a tutorial for. So I am back now. I am back and I'm showing you the tutorial. And let me see if I can get everything up here. This is round 2. I already did Simply Zinnia. Now we are doing Filled with Fun. So let me see what is going on here. I have to kind of look at my picture on Facebook to see what you see. I think we're good. I think it's close enough. All right, there is glare from the lights, but I think you'll handle this with no problem. I cut everything out ahead of time. This one is a very simple card to do. The thing about this, You Make My Heart Bloom. Of course, blooms, I'm big into flowers. Celebrating someone special. There's always so many special people. Sending loads of happiness. Now, I know we have this word loads of happiness or loads of fun or loads of something in some truck, stamp set. I know we do, but I like the font. Anytime we have different font within the same sentiment, that's always big for me. It has confetti, has balloons. I liked this because the little flags, it has dies that actually cut those little flags out. The dies cut the balloons out. This is a set that you could use in a whole bunch of ways. So here is the number if you want to purchase this. This stamp set with the dies is only $50.25. That's actually a pretty good deal because you get a lot of things and you'll get a lot of use out of this. Now this twine is what I'm going to use on the little wagon, and I think this is actually an old, boy, I don't even know. I think it might be maybe sweet sorbet. Now some of these colors, sweet sorbet and some of those that are my favorite ones, they're going to be going away. So make sure that you are checking out that clearance rack and you are checking out the last chance items list every day. They put new things on as the days progress. As we get closer and closer to it getting the new catalog out. So I just am telling you, please check those things. You'll get extra deals when you do. Here is my website. If you're interested in seeing some of the links, it's easy to sign up for my newsletter there. There's also this QR code that will get you to my newsletter to sign up for that. Here's my store for classes and gift certificates. If you want to give a gift certificate to Stampin' Up! Through me, I would appreciate it. You always get special gifts when you purchase anything through me, and that is the Square store where you can get that gift certificate for a friend or for a relative. This is my Stampin' Up! Shop, so if you want to buy anything, please buy it through me. I appreciate it, and we are going to get started. So this card is a little bit oversized, I think. Let me check. But I wanted to fit, the wagon's a bit big, and I wanted to fit it in there. So, oops, let's turn it the right side. This is 9 inches, and I might have even done a tutorial for this. I don't even really remember. I kind of just thought, I'm going to do it because I wanted to show you how to do the sun. So this is 9 inches and scored at 4.5, and I suspect then this is 5 3/4. That's usually what I do. So 5 3/4 across. I cut a piece of Night of Navy, 5 3/4 by 4.5. It's a little oversized because I wanted to make sure that it covered the front of my card really well. I'm not going to have to do any embossing on it, and I'm not going to have to put any ribbon because I'm not tying it around the card to close it or anything. So we're going to go ahead and just put glue on the back of this 4.5 by 5 3/4 piece of Night of Navy. Basic card. I loved it when Stampin' Up! A few years ago turned Night of Navy into a neutral and put it in the neutral category so that I know it's not ever going to disappear. Because although I wouldn't consider it a neutral, it kind of is, and it's just really nice to have something, a color that I know is going to be very stable and always be there, and you can use it as a neutral. It's with all of the kind of wild color combinations that, is the fashion these days. It's a nice, steady basic. And then I took red, real red, another nice basic one. This is going to be, I bet, it is 4 1/4 by 5.5. So that is actually more your normal card size. Now, if you are looking for envelopes for your cards, make sure you always buy A6. A6 is going to easily fit this and even a slightly larger card, but it's not the 5 by 7 size, which is pretty large. 5 by 7 is what a lot of your standard gift cards, if you're buying them in the store, come as, but they're pretty big. If you are layering things on a handmade card like I do, it's kind of a big size. It's going to end up being overweight, and you might have it be too bulky, and you're going to have to buy a little bit more expensive stamp. It's just an extra thing that I don't want to have to think about. So I generally buy A6 envelopes. They are a little harder to find sometimes, but you can make them. It's not hard to make an envelope. Okay, so now we've got that done, and we are going to sponge this part. Let me make sure I haven't already pre-cut. No, I haven't. Okay, good. I like to start on a card size that's going to be a little bigger than what I'm going to end up gluing on here, because we want to do our background. Now, what I'm going to do, just to make some sky and make it kind of, a little more blue. I didn't want too much white behind my wagon, but I didn't want to have to take the time to stamp a whole scene, because I wanted the balloons and I wanted the festivities of like a 4th of July parade. This is going to be a really nice 4th of July card, and we don't do a lot of 4th of July stuff anymore. I think Stampin' Up! Used to. I'm kind of walking away if you can hear my voice is fading, because I am trying to find my 4th of July stamp. There you are, 4th of July. So I have this old wooden block that is an old Stampin' Up! Stamp that I trimmed and repositioned onto a different wood block because I wanted to keep this one. I knew this is a sentiment I would use over and over again. It's not one that I find in stamp sets much anymore, sadly. Used to be something we had all the time, so I don't know why these things have gone. Now, when I cut out my wagon pieces, I went ahead and cut out the wood pieces I did with my scrap. This is probably cinnamon cider. I bought a ton of cinnamon cider when it was retiring a couple of years ago. I don't know if you are like me, but when a good brown comes along that I like, I buy a bunch because the brown colors tended to be fleeting. They left all of a sudden. But now Stampin' Up! Is in its regular lineup of colors that are ongoing, has some wonderful browns. Pecan pie is the best substitute for this cinnamon cider. And I think there's a clay, something clay. I don't know. I'm so happy because I like a lot of browns. So that's what I use, but any of those browns would work for the cardstock that I cut out, the die that goes on this. I didn't even use the stamp, I don't think, on this. I just used the red and cut out the wagon. So you will see me do that. I'm going to do all of that, but let's start with this background. Now, I started to tell you, you know, when you are going to the last chance list to find, you know, this Light the Sky, let's say, because this is probably, I'm pretty sure this was in last year's, it was in the mini catalog that will be expiring, just like everything else. And so my video is freezing. I hope it's not freezing for you. It is definitely frozen for me, but anyway, let me have a little peek here and see if I'm on. Oh, my camera is like, I don't know what happened. I must have bumped it. So let me, I don't know what I did, but I like seriously bumped my camera. So you probably didn't even see all that I was talking about there a minute ago. Hopefully you did. Let me try to get this fixed up a bit. Well, good grief. Why are you having so much trouble? All right. So anyhow, this Light the Sky was in the mini catalog. It is, I'm sure, retiring. And so when you go to last chance items, I don't know if this is on there, but there will be stamps that say they'll say under the name of it, you'll see the stamp or the dies, it'll say retiring, or it will say bundled savings. Now, if you're on the last chance items category on the Stampin' Up! Page, the bundled savings means that the stamp set and the dies are coming back in the new catalog. They will be back. They aren't retiring. When it says retiring, it means it's going to be gone. It is retiring. So I'm just telling you all of that so that you'll be able to not be tricked into buying things that you really didn't need to because they're not retiring. I mean, that little difference has made me purchase things so many times that I didn't really need to. And I was always very annoyed by that. So I'm sharing that information so you hopefully won't have that trouble. So Night of Navy, we're going to just sponge a tiny, tiny bit of that on this white. Just a little, not much. You don't want much. And my sponge that I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use one of the little tiny ones. We have little tiny ones now. Why is my video freezing all the time? I'm really disgusted about this, so I'm going to have to take a minute here and just try to reposition things better because this is driving me crazy. I'm really sorry, but it's like, no, that does not work for me. Why are you dysfunctional today? I wasn't dysfunctional earlier. It's just dysfunctional now, and it's driving me bananas. All right. This happens like every week, doesn't it? Okay. I'm pushing over. Is that better? I hope so. I think so. I think you can see everything now. So anyhow, let's pull it back a little. Wow. Okay, I think we're as good as we're gonna get it. All right, so little sponges. We have big ones and little ones. I do need something to start it with because you do not want to start. I'm gonna take a piece of scrap here. you do not want to start with it strong like that, because we want just a little bit of blue here, not a lot. Okay, so that's just a little bit of Night of Navy kind of all over there, but not here, because I want something else going there. We want to put in, now like I said, I did the sun, and the sun for that, I'm going to hang on to this because we're going to use the stamp set there. The sun is from a very, very retired set called Wherever You Go. This was like a long time ago, but look at that sun. Isn't it great? So I just took my whatever yellow bumblebee or something like that, stamped this stamp on it, stamped it in the corner. I might have even stamped it 2 times, but I don't remember. I think I just stamped it once right in there and then stamped the corner a bit because it is pretty small. But you would have to go to eBay and try to find this, and it's not I don't know, I don't think it's easy to find. But that isn't all you could do. We could do this fun, we could do a fun Light the Sky right in there. Wouldn't that look nice? So let's go ahead and stamp and this has dies, wonderful dies. And if you're not thrilled with how you stamp it, you could even use one of the dies. I'm going to use, let's see, let's do this one. We're going to do red and blue. I think we'll just stick with the color combination we've got going already. So we'll start with our red. I want a nice bright real red for that one. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and just move my card off. Let's do this. Voila, like that. Oops, it didn't really go there, and I do want it to. So I'm going to do this. Since this is a photopolymer, I can actually do this pretty easy. Just if it smudged and didn't quite get, it's pretty easy to fix. Just stick your finger under where it went and it'll work. All right, so that's our real red fireworks. Very, very festive. And then we'll do our Night of Navy one. Okay, and I think we better get the smaller one. I love this. This is going to be, I love this set. It's so pretty. I'm going to do a little tiny Night of Navy right there. And right there. Okay. All right. So those, instead of the sun, you can do your fireworks. And if you wanted to put gold in there, that would look good too. Let's do, we've got all kinds of images, all kinds. So let's do the sparkly, we'll do a sparkly one. I'm going to close this up. I have a fan going on because it's just a little bit toasty in here this morning. Well, afternoon now. I guess we're to afternoon. I don't know. My clock ran down and I still have not bothered to get it going. Now we have So Saffron and we have Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to grab out my old Melon Mango. It just happens to be a yellow I can count on to do what I want it to do. We're going to go like that and like that. All right, so now we have a little bit of yellow going in there just to brighten it up a bit. Any yellow would work. And then I'm going to put this set away. I don't need it anymore. I do really like that one. And this has that confetti. I wanted that behind our little American flag. Isn't that cute? So that's why I'm doing this set for you, basically, is to show you how to do that little flag. Because you could figure out all this other stuff, I think, pretty easily. But we'll put the little confetti behind. We're going to do red and blue. I don't need my yellow. So let's put away our Mango Melody and grab out our real red again. And the confetti piece is right there. My nails are going to need to be done. I haven't done my nails in ages. They're feeling quite shabby. Okay, red. We want this to be not too bright. So we're gonna go like this and like this. And the wagon's gonna pile on top here. So I don't need to, I think that's enough. We don't need too much red. And then we'll do a little bit of blue from the Night of Navy. One solid one. Like this. Okay, we'll go like that. And like, that. And maybe like that. And that is that. So we don't need any more confetti. That'll be perfect. Do you like parades? Jeff and I like to go hunt down the parades in the different towns because it's really fun to live here in Missouri. We love it. They have so many really cool little towns all over that are just nice. They pray. There's always something spiritual in there somewhere. People are friendly and polite. Now the sentiment I use says celebrating. Do we have that in this set? Let's peek. Celebrating someone special. So we're just going to use the word celebrating right here. So just take your stamp, and then since it's a photopolymer, you can easily see where you want to ink it up. Just ink up the word celebrating. If you get ink anywhere else, you can kind of wipe it off a little. And then we're going to do celebrating, right? I'm going to kind of bring it down because I know I'm going to need to cut off some of the top. And I got it a little crooked. That's okay. I'm going to work with that. All right. And really, there's no excuse to getting it crooked when it's a photopolymer. That was me being sloppy because there's no excuse for that. Now, I do want to hang on to this red because I do want my balloons to be the same color. So I'm going to grab this, and we are going to do our little balloons. 2 red ones and 1 Night of Navy. Okay, so we'll go, there's 1. 2 little balloons. And then we'll get the Night of Navy out, and we'll do that. One Night of Navy one. Oops. Got an old ink pad there. It's looking like it's not really inking up as much. There we go. That's better. Perfect. So there's our balloons, and clean that off. You can hear me going scrape, scrape, scrape on the side here. Oops, click, 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 sorry. And what else do we need? Now we've got the strings, but I don't need to stamp the strings. I do want to stamp my little wagon handle. That's going to have to be out of tuxedo black. So we'll do our little wagon handle. So cute. And we want to do our little wagon wheels. Because I don't want to just do the wagon wheels with black. Actually, I think we'll just, yeah, I'm trying to think here. I think I just colored my wagon wheels. But we're going to do 2. I thought I just colored them. But it must be that I stamped them. Oh, yes, I did. So let's make sure we got plenty of black ink on there. Now, if it doesn't really ink up as much as you want, that one's pretty good. But if it doesn't, you can just use your marker to kind of color the black in if you didn't get it quite as good as you wanted. We just need 2 wheels. And we're going to do the flags. We want little red, I'm going to do the flags with Night of Navy. Okay, let's grab another little piece of scrap. Not black. Okay, so we're going to grab our Night of Navy. So with our new catalog, if you're a demonstrator, you've seen it. I hope you like it. It's a nice one. There's going to be a lot of nice new things in it. I need to get a better look at it. I've been gone a lot during the time I normally would be looking at it and planning. That's why I'm doing these online things. I thought I would have these online things done and we would be on to new things. Today in my newsletter, we did the Wild Fern set, and I don't know if I'm going to get to showing you that one. I had planned to, but I don't know that I'm going to have a chance to, because I really want to show you the new things we have coming in the new catalog. There's just too many great things. So now what we need to do is we're going to stamp the flag. We're going to stamp the gifts and the cake, and I think that's it. I think the other things are all just the dies. So let's pick out the gifts and the flag. And I gotta get a bigger block for this one. That is not big enough. So let's grab the bigger block. I'll grab another piece of paper. And just using our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. These are just lines, lined pictures, so we will be coloring it. Okay, and I think that's it. I'm not seeing anything else I need to do. The other thing is that we are going to cut out of Real Red is the actual wagon itself and another flag. So I'm going to use the dies to cut this out, but then I'm going to use the die again to just cut out of Real Red red flags. All right, I think we're done with the stamp set. We are going to use the flag. Is this the flag one? No, this is the flag one. So we need the flag, we need the wheels, and you get two. We've got two balloons. We'll get those out. Here's the wagon wheel. And then there's also the flag. Now you get flags like this too, but that cuts them out individually. I'm not doing that. And I've already used the sideboard for the wagon sides. So we already have that cut out. I am going to use the string to cut out some white. And then this is the wagon we're going to actually cut from Real Red. That'll give us our wagon piece. So we've got a bunch of different dies that we're going to be using. I'm going to line these all up here so I don't lose them. That one I'll hang on to. That one. The wheels, I'm afraid if I don't collect these in one spot, I'm gonna lose them. Because when I get the cutter up here, it starts to get wonky. All right, so now let's just color this really quickly. It does not take very long. And if you have your color scheme already, it's actually quite simple to color. So you're going to want Real Red. Where are you, Real Red? I've got Cherry Cobbler, Melon Mambo, Real Red. There you are. Okay, so I'm going to take, I put a dimensional and just wrote it on there. That works, you know. I just didn't take the sticky off of the dimensional. I just stuck it on there. It's like, I need this to be a quick thing. So we're going to take Real Red, just this bottom bit, and we're going to color these little stripes with Real Red right there like that. And then this part right here, I might have to take my glasses off to do this part. Usually when I color, I have my glasses off and have my head right over it. And if I have my head right over it, you wouldn't see what I'm doing. So we've got that. Now, I will use my marker instead for my flag. I'll show you how I did that in a bit. We're going to get the dark part of the ribbon done with this, and then we will use the lighter real red. This is dark real red. These are blending pens. They are not the marker. Not that. And then this one we'll just do the package in red. I wanted to stick with just these two colors because they're strong colors. I did not want to, oops, I think I colored the bow. Oh well, we'll fix that here by just adding one bit of it there. Okay, and the package bottom. Am I doing the package bottom or the bow? I'm doing the bow, you ding dong. Okay, not the package bottom. All right, now we'll get our real red. And I'm gonna use that same point instead of the brush, just so that I have better control of everything. So, you know, just using the dark sort of gives you a little bit of extra dimension. I could lower the camera so you could see what I'm doing better, but I don't think you need to. These blending pens are so easy to use. If you have not bought any yet, please do. You're gonna be so much happier with your coloring if you do that. So that's the bow. Okay. And then this is the package. Yeah. And then we're going to do we're going to get Night of Navy. Well, actually, Night of Navy, no. We're going to get, not Night of Navy. We want, is it Midnight? Misty Moonlight. That's what it is. Misty Moonlight. I think I have a blending pen. That is Misty Moonlight. But if not, I know another one I can use because I don't see Misty Moonlight. Boho Blue is a really nice coordination with. This is the dark, so I'm going to test it and see. Yeah, it's pretty dark. So I'm going to go, yeah, we'll do this. I'm not sure why I have that blue with that red there, but I do. We're going to do this with the dark. Just to kind of give a little bit of dimension there. Okay. And then the light color, Boho Blue. I do really like this one. I don't really see any difference between my light and my dark. Barely. There's barely a difference, which is actually kind of nice. I've got other blues, so I'm not unhappy about that. But, you know, you can just buy the pens. buy all the blending pens. I believe you will not be unhappy. You will use them all. I do. I use them all. Because I like to color. If you're not a colorer, you can use pencils. And they work pretty well too. Now my die is going to cut up here, but just in case I have any, I don't want any white, and I'm going to just do this just to make sure. All right, so now what we want to do is add a little chocolate frosting to the cake. And so for chocolate frosting, I'm going to just use my ivory. I think ivory is going to be dark enough. Let's see. It's kind of a pale chocolate. I'm not really sure. Maybe I used bronze. Let's have a look at bronze. Ah, yeah, let's use bronze. That'll work better for chocolate. And the little chocolate rosette. Are you a frosting fan? Some people scrape the frosting off, you know. If you're a frosting fan, though, you'll get the piece with the most frosting on it. Okay, so ivory and bronze work nicely together, and we just need a tiny bit of yellow for the candles. Oops, put that in the wrong spot. There. got an old pineapple punch, what I'm using for you, and then the flag. So you want your markers. Your blending pens are very, very good for marking and for coloring up large areas. This is like a medium area. I wouldn't call that large, but the balloon would be the large. You want to color a large area, your blends work great. Mediums works great. Small, like this little flag, we're going to cut this off so this is an American flag. Okay, so we're just going to, after I cut it all out, we're going to cut that flag off. But I need to make this an American flag. So let's grab blueberry bushel. I kind of want Night of Navy, but I'm only seeing blueberry bushel. Let's see, what have I got here? Misty Moonlight, you will work. So I've got, you want a marker. Marker is not good for coloring, but it's good for lines. Oh, I really need Night of Navy for this one. Let me do a little more hunting. I'm sure I've got a Night of Navy in here somewhere. A lot of Misty Moonlight. Blueberry bushel. I must have bought a bunch of blueberry bushel because I'm seeing a ton of it in here. Night of Navy, there you are. So you see, all of these blues will come in very useful, but Night of Navy is the one I really want today for my little background where the stars will be. Now I've got to just be a little bit careful here. I don't want to, this has a nice fine point because this is an old pen. Our newer ones, let me see if I can find a newer one. Our newer ones are bullets like this, which is going to work, but you're going to have to be a lot more careful. This super fine point is really good for doing what I'm going to do right now. So I want to mark out an area for my stars, and I'm going to just kind of dot around here, first of all, so that I leave white. It's just going to be like a pretend star background, because of course I can't really put stars in here. I just need there to be some white in there. Okay? So just leaving white. If you end up coloring way too much and you want more white, in fact, I want actually to bring my flag thing down there a little bit. If you want more white in it, you can grab a gel pen or a chalk writer and then add in, you know, some white if you kind of flubbed it up. My gel pen, where are you? Oh, here you are. So there are these Sharpie paint pens. Okay, it's pretty, this is a pretty fat one. Not going to work very good, really. But it'll give you some white if you sort of fluffed it up a bit. All right, you can use just regular gel pens, but I suspect my gel pen's not going to work all that great. So we're going to leave it at that. And now you need your real red marker. Again, you want a marker. Markers are good for marking, not coloring. They're great for marking. And I need real red, not cherry. Do we have real red? Yes. All right, so again, you need the fine point for this. So I'm going to follow, I'm going to do it really long because this is a flag that's in movement, right? So it's moving around. So if your lines aren't like perfectly straight, no fear. It doesn't matter. So we're going to cut the flag here, and then it's going to look more like an American flag. Yeah, my lines could be better. They could. But considering all things, I think that's pretty good. It'll look good when it's flipped, for sure. All right, so that is done. I smeared some stuff there, like I often do. So I'm not too surprised by that. I'm going to cut this like that, and I'm going to move that over there. We need to use this with this, okay, and cut. And then I also need a scrap of real red for my wagon and my flags. So let me grab my cutting machine. I need to get another plate that I have handy here. And the base that I'm going to use. Okay, we're going to put the base there like that. Let's cut this out first of all. So you're just going to line this all up. Trying to get it lined up. And cut out our cute little flags. Okay, now you don't want to get rid of the bottom part. You're going to need that to be gluing, but you do want to get rid of your excess flag. So we want this to look like an American flag, not this banner that it came with. So I'm going to trim these sides off. And you could leave all of this if you want to, or you can trim it off. You're going to want to leave this stem in, so I think I'm going to just leave all of that. I shouldn't have cut it on top of my machine because I see I got a piece of scrap in there. But we're going to put this on the side. You can take your black marker and draw a black line here if you want to. And then that'll just kind of finish that flag off a little bit. That's what I did on this one. I just took my black marker and drew a line there. All right, let's cut out the rest of these pieces. We've got our little flag. We're going to cut out, and we'll cut out a flag of red as well. Now let's work on this side. It'll be easier for me so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Trying to line it up. My magnet's trying to move it around. Okay, if it doesn't cut it perfect, no fear, you can trim. And then we want the little red flag, and we want the wagon too. So we're going to put the wagon there and the little flag. And run it through this way. Okay, so now we've got our wagon base and our extra red flag. And we can cut out the wheels. Just move. I've got a magnetic base plate, which I got off of Amazon. Stampin' Up! Used to have a magnetic base, or not a base. Was it a base or was it just a, I kind of forget how they did it. My magnet, it fights, you know, so sometimes I have to do all of these pieces separate. Even if you have all these extra dies, a lot of times you can't. If you're using a magnetic base, your magnet can fight. Kind of cause trouble. But I find that without the magnetic base, I have way too much shifting, so I'm using the magnetic base. I am going to be, I don't know, I think I'm going to use this Filled with Fun set for a baby card. I think it would be really cute that way. And you can use this this wagon to make the most adorable little party favor if you want to do it as a box. I've got the instructions to do the box, and it's really cute. I do believe I was going to do that for this video, and just plans got tossed aside. Okay, so I ended up having to do these balloons separate because my magnet and my cutting plate here too is bowed, and making it a little more complicated too. So, you know what? I just keep using my plates until I have to get rid of them, and they're so bowed I can hardly use them. They all do that. They are disposable. So here's the little wagon handle, and then I'm also going to stick in when I get this positioned. And yeah, there's some white there. I'm going to use my string because I just want white strings. I'm going to have to use a different piece. I don't think there's enough area to really see that. Okay, why are you awkward? I don't know why you're awkward. You are. I'm pretty sure this die goes with this stamp. If it not, then we will just cut a new one, but I'm pretty sure. Oops, my plate is off. There we go. Let's just see if that looks good. I don't know. It is off a bit. I think you use there's you either just cut it or I don't know. That's weird. I did not notice it before when I did this. So grab any scrap. I did 3 balloons, so I need 3 strings. 1. You could use real string, but it's kind of hard to do. It's a heck of a lot easier just to use. Let me see if here's my pokey. Just use this paper for string. Then you can glue it right there. String always does stuff. 2 and 3. Now this string that I'm cutting, do you see that shape? This is like the perfect, if you like to do action cards at all, let me put this on here later. Look at what you could do. You could do a nice little slide, and it's very small. Because some of our Stampin' Up dies that do little, you could stick this in the middle of a card and have a piece sliding on there. It's just these kinds of things that make this a lot more versatile than just this wagon set. All right, now we're ready to assemble. Let me grab really quick. My black marker. And I can finish off my little flag there. Okay, so we have, let me get rid of my scraps. I need to keep those. I'm going to throw those away. And throwing that one away. All right, so we're kind of crooked here. Let me fix my positioning or my camera. I must have bumped my camera when I was monkeying around with things. All right, so on the clearance rack, I did want to make sure you guys knew we have some really wonderful things on there. The doily set, that was the dies and the embossing folder that embossed the doily. It was so cool. That is retiring. It is now on sale on the last chance items list for $21. And so I listed some of the things that I saw this morning when I was on the when I was looking to see what was still available from the last chance list, and I was shocked at some of the things that are there that are still there that normally would have been sold a long time ago. So I don't know what the deal is, if people are just waiting for the new catalog and they're not buying stuff. I do not know, but I just know that if I were you, I would be buying some of these things. I already have them. But that was one that I really loved, the Delightful Doily. I'm going to trim this piece now to fit in here before I assemble that wagon on it. So we just need that piece to be, oh, there's my, here, before I do all that, let's put all of my dies away. This is how dies get lost if you don't put them away right off. This is how this happens to me all the time. And then you get one die, you have no clue where it goes to, what set it goes to, or I accidentally knock it all off the table and I have to call my husband down and he'll say, what does it look like? And he'll go on a big search on his hands and knees for me and usually finds it. And then I'm kind of foolish looking because I can't even find my own stuff. So we need this to be for this, so this rail red is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we actually want this to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, so let's start on. I've got it crooked. I don't know if I can really straighten this out. Let's see if I can, because I got my celebrating crooked. I better just let it be crooked. I'm going to leave the top as is, and we're going to cut 1/4 off on the bottom there, and not quite 1/4 there. And let's see if that's enough. I don't know. Let's just look here. Just a tiny bit on the side here, about 1/8 of an inch. And now that should be perfect. All right, and then this gets glued on right here. Oh yeah, I like that. The only thing I need to do is my 4th of July. So happy 4th of July. I want this where the wagon is, and it's gonna have to be over on the side pretty much. I want it in real red. All right, so what else is on the, what else is on that list? The Gorgeously Made. Do you remember the Notes of Nature? Happy 4th of July. Notes of Nature had the little spiral bound kind of, oh, what was it? Like a note page, a spiral bound note page that was torn off. It was really pretty. If you like shabby chic kind of things, it was so, so cool. So that Gorgeously Made, those dies. I don't even know if the stamps are still available. They might be, but it was the dies that I thought were really cool. All right, so now we can glue this on. Oh, my sleeves are driving me nuts. They're bell sleeves. Do you like those bell sleeves? It looks good with my new skirt. This is a color that looks really good with my new skirt. And I can wear my skirt. Man, before we left, the weather had turned cold here. In fact, I saw one night that when we were gone, I kept my eye on the weather for watering plants. I had a neighbor that was going to water for me, and thankfully she didn't have to very often. But I saw one night got really cold here. And where we were visiting, it was pretty cold too. My goodness. I took some skirts because normally it's pretty warm there, but it was cold. All right, so we've got that on there, and then we're going to assemble our wagon. And I need to see my card to see what the heck I'm doing here. All right, so we've got, this is going to go on top of the flag. So we want this to be like this. You can position it however you want, but I'm going to, I want to get everything on, and it's, you know, it gets a little crowded on the card. I want to have my wheels on here. They're going to go down here. And I want to have plenty of room. So I want the wheels right at the bottom. I want to have plenty of room for my balloons. And since I've got 2 red, we're going to go one here like this. And since I kind of messed up my word, I'm going to stick one like that, and one like that, and then one like this. And then these are the strings that go to it. And I actually want the string to look like it's kind of going to the handle. Now see, my handle cut out perfectly fine on this. I think I just did it wrong. This white piece is going to stick under your wagon. So that's going to go like this. Okay. And then you've got your wooden side is going to go on here as well, like that. And then we will deal with the flags after we get all of that done. So I think first of all, what I want to do is just put the wood onto my wagon. There are little grain lines in here, so your glue is going to ooze out just a tiny bit. You could use your tape if you want to use tear and tape, then you won't have that oozing problem. But I'm going to just use the glue. It is going to overlap a tiny bit on the ends. Oops, no. Come on. Like this. I don't mind it overlapping because it's going to help with my little handle. So I'm going to stick my handle like here because I'm actually going to put little pieces of dimensional on that handle. All right, so we're going to put glue on the handle, that's the part that's white. It's stuck to my hand nicely. Like that. Okay. That way I can stick it there. Okay, good, good, good. And then my wheels also, I want to be partially underneath my wagon. So we're going to put the glue right here at the top of the wheel well. Again, you could use tape. Would work too. That one, where's the other one? There you are. That one. Now let's turn it over and see if it looks all right. Yep, other than the fact that my glue is oozed out a bit, it looks great. Okay, if you're having an oozing of glue that's bugging you, like I just did, just take a little wipe and try to get a little of that off before it is too set. Just a little, you don't want to take your ink off. All right, now my wheels are on there, good. Very good, in fact. And now my package. Where are the packages? Oh, they're right on the card. All right, so we are going to take the glue and put the glue on the bottom of my package. Actually, I want my wagon is going to be, I want that to be raised. So we're going to use, I think I'm going to use dimensionals on that. I do want dimensionals on everything at this point. So let's grab the dimensionals and we'll start assembling the rest of it that way. You're going to want your little mini dimensionals because you're going to be using pieces of them. Let's put some on. I'm going to grab my tweezers. We're going to use these pieces of dimensionals on the wagon handle. So I just took my little mini dimensionals and cut them in half, and then they can stick on there quite nicely. And then let's see, where's my, you can use your regular ones on most of the rest of this. We'll use a piece of one there. We've got one more little piece of one. Where do we want to put that? We'll just put it here. Okay. And then let's grab the regular sized ones. I'm going to put it right on the wagon wheel. It's going to help hold that whole thing on there. Oops, you're too high there. Let's pull you down a bit. There you go. Why are you struggling here with placement? I don't know. You are. There we go. It's because I normally don't use tweezers to do this. Oh my God, I'm not very good at that. Let's get a little mini one for that other wagon wheel. Little mini right there. I want the wagon to be on here pretty good, so. All right, that's good. And then we want, I'm gonna put dimensionals on this as well. It'll barely fit in that flag. All right. Let's do one more right there. All right, now the problem is this is exactly the same. I guess it's okay. I guess I did that before too. I'm gonna put one more here because I want my packages to stick to these dimensionals. Let's pull the backing off of all of these. This is the part that I really miss my nails. But I've been gardening quite a bit, so they got really trashed before I left the house. And then we left, and they've actually improved. I know this looks bad, but they have actually improved since when I left, which is pretty funny. Okay. All right, so we've got that. Let's put our packages in here and the cake right where I want it. Right there. Okay. And then we will take off the rest of the dimensional backing pieces. Trying not to stick the backings to the other dimensionals that are uncovered. This is what always happens to me. When I flew down to be with my daughter and her family, I actually had a really good flight. I had everybody pray for me. I do not like to fly particularly anyway. I'm not afraid of it. It's just they've made everything so miserable, and getting through the TSA and everything. It actually went really smoothly. So God is good. He got me through there. I don't like trying to find people who are picking me up and all of that. Nobody does, but I'm sort of a big scaredy cat anyway. All right, so get your balloons off there. We're gonna put your wagon right where you want so you can see everything. Your wheels are down pretty low. Get that all positioned. Then we'll put our balloons on. If you put them on with a dimensional, then you're gonna be able to just position them a little bit better than you might otherwise. So isn't this a cute set? And don't you think you could use this in so many ways? Their birthdays, holidays, any holiday. I mean, think about it. You could put a bunch of pumpkins and pumpkin pie in there. You could put apples in there. It comes with the flowers, and these packages could be for any holiday. Okay, red is going to be like so, like that, and this red one's going to be like that, and this blue one we'll do there. Okay, now these, we're going to kind of spread these around because I want these to be attached to the handle, kind of up higher. So do you see how you can kind of position them where you want them? So that they're under the balloon and kind of sticking out there. Once you sort of know, this one I don't need to worry about because I've kind of tucked it behind. So what I'm going to do is just take a bit of glue. I don't need a lot. I could use a glue dot. I think that's probably what I did, but I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on there. And I'm going to just stick it right under the balloon where I want it, and then just kind of move this underneath my handle there. And this one, I'm going to do the same with. I don't want to do a skinny dimensional. That would be rough. And it would show. It'd be pretty hard to do one without it showing. So we're going to go like that and just tuck it in. All right, there we go. And then because I can feel it all sticky, I'm going to just dab my wipe on there. Get some of that stickiness off. There's your strings. I didn't use one because of just how I positioned that. Now I'm going to take the little red flags. We're going to glue that one on there, and then we're going to glue these right on top. I don't really want all of the flag white to be showing, so I am trimming a little of it off. Not all of it, just a little bit. Make sure that you're keeping them connected. It starts to get really difficult to place if you have it disconnected. But I just didn't want all of that. That was just too much white. Too much white. Ouch. Okay, so, Lazy Days. Do you remember the Lazy Days porch set with the porch rocker and the porch dies and the rocker dies, and there was a plant, there was a cute little cat. Now I don't know if the stamps are still available because they were really cool. I'm going to glue the blue to the red, and then I'm going to glue the whole thing to the wagon. Let me get rid of some of my sticky fingers and my trash here. And that is on the last chance list, and you do not want to miss it. That porch swing was really cool. Do you remember a long time ago we had a set called, oh boy, what was it called? It was like a big double stamp kind of set, and it had not a rocker, but it had like a big beach chair kind of thing, but a big one, sitting like away, looking away. Oh, it was really cool. I use that a lot. This rocker is very similar, I think. Okay, so the red just kind of outlines that a little bit and just gives it a little bit more cool color. And then this can just be, you can put glue dots or tape, or you can just put a dot of glue on here, and we'll put that right onto the little wagon side, and you've got a cute little holiday 4th of July wagon. Now, because the banner is shorter than your wagon sides, you just have to have this little cute tie. So I'm going to have to de-sticky my fingers a lot to do this part. All right. Oh, let's see here. You're going to take your twine and undo it. So you only need a tiny bit. I've only got about 7 inches. And then I'm going to separate it. So there's some and there's some. And this one, we're going to do like this. And we're going to take this and tie it into a little bow. Okay, so you've got 2 little bows. Oops, it really unraveled there. What did I do? There it is, right there. There, okay. That one, I kind of messed that one up. Let's do it again. My sticky fingers. There we go, that's better. A little bit better. Okay, so you get your little bows. There's one. And that one we'll use for the wagon. itself, and another little bow. So cute. All right, so we're going to use, you can use glue if you want. You can use glue, you know, you can use glue dot. I'm going to use glue. I just use glue and then let it sit. So I'm going to double that back up again, like that. Now we're going to just put a little line of glue right here on the top of those flags. And lay my twine right on there. Cute. And snip, snip, snip. I am like very sticky. And I like glue. Okay, I know it's sticky. I like it because it stays. It stays really nice. So I'm going to take my little ties though, and I'm using my crummier, oops, that was a little short. Oh well. I like glue because it does really stay. It takes a while to glue down, so I will not be budging this. But we'll put a little dot there, a little dot there. And then once I stick this down, the card just goes to the side and I don't budge it. I don't move it around at all. So that can get really firm there. Isn't that cute? Now, what you could do, and I think this would look really good, is take a little glue, put it in the center of your fireworks, and you could put a little glitter in there. Wouldn't that look good? I think that would look really good. I bet you I have some. My glue isn't holding it. Stay in there. The trouble is I'm so sticky. It wants to stick to me, not to the card. There you go. Oh, you are so cute. Look at you. I love that. Now my celebrating is too low. I should have done it up higher, but oh well. Other than that, it looks fabulous. Let's look and see, what have I got? I got any sparkle glue? Sparkle glue would be good, but I know I have glitter. I always have a bunch of glitter on hand. I wonder if it's handy though. I did rearrange all of my things, and not all that long ago, so I'm not sure if I can find my glitter. Aha, there's some. Oh, gold tinsel. Gold tinsel, you'll be perfect. Yeah. Perfect. So I'm going to just take a tiny bit of my glue, and we're going to do that. Little bit of tinsel, little bit of gold tinsel. Oh, you're cute. Let me grab my trash can. Voila, isn't that nice? Now we have our little bit of tinsel in there. Oh, you are so cute. So this card set is adorable. You cannot go wrong with it. And then look, you can do your clouds, and I'm going to show you really quick the set that also is on the last chance list, so you don't want to miss it. Where are you, clouds? It's a cloud set. I can't find it. Where are you? It was it's called Bright Skies anyway. Bright Skies. I saw that it was, I don't see it, but that's what I used these from, the Bright Skies. And the sun was probably there too. All right, so what else is on that list? The citrus one. That Give It a Whirl, which, oh boy, the Give It a Whirl one would be good with this. And Scalloped Contours dies. Those are like some of my favorite dies. So you definitely want to check out that retiring clearance rack. Retiring and the clearance rack, both. All right. Thank you so much for watching with me and sharing the video, and I will see you again soon. I have one more card I might get to today. I'm not really sure. I'm going to give it a try, trying to catch up. And then next week, I don't know. Today's newsletter was the fern one. If anyone is interested in that one I just stamped the ferns in various greens and brownish greens. You know, just stamp and have fun with it. Use your second and third generation, fourth generation stamp. Just ink it up, your ferns, different ones, once, and then just keep stamping. You will be shocked at what you got. So that's what we did in the newsletter. This is from a newsletter a week or two ago, and I think I'm almost caught up. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. It's beautiful here, and get ready for that new catalog. It's coming out very soon. Hopefully you are shopping with me, and if you're interested in joining a team, I always would love to have someone else join us. It's fun. This year, the Stampin' Join special is May 1 through May 31. It is a really good deal. You get a bunch of new products that are free with that join offer. So be aware that that's coming up very soon, and I hope that you'll join us on our team so you can stamp with us for free during our team meetings, and you get a free catalog from me, all spiral bound and shiny. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.